Hi everyone, this is Michelle Holtman, and I'm an application engineer here at Advantech. And I'm here today to inform you of a critical fix for our SmartStart LTE routers. Please note that this upgrade must be performed as the device could become non-functional with Verizon's future network software release and the associated network device requirements if operating on the Verizon network after March 30th, 2019. Therefore, it is critical to upgrade all affected devices with this fix as soon as possible. Please note, if you would like additional information regarding the product change notification, it will be linked below, as well as the step-by-step guide I used here today. Right before we get started, one more thing I wanted to let you know. This is the critical fix for SmartStart LTE routers document, and this is the step-by-step guide I was referring to previously, and we're going to go ahead and follow this guide while performing the fix. So, just to give you some additional information that would be in the product change notification, please be sure to note that routers produced after January 1st, 2019 are not affected by this issue. And again, as I stated previously, the fix needs to be performed prior to March 30th, 2019. And you can check the current version of the cellular modules firmware on the mobile WAN status page. So, here's a screenshot in the step-by-step guide. And here is the general status screen of the SmartStart LTE router. So when you first log into the router, this would be the screen that you would see. So going to the mobile WAN status screen, which is located under the status category, click on mobile WAN. And as you can see here, I am connected to the AT&T network, and I clicked the More Information button. Just to show you that again, if you click More Information, it will bring up the cellular module information, which is Telit, then the model is listed right here, and then this shows the software version. Please note also, to begin the update, you need to make sure that you have the latest firmware first. Back to the main web configuration page, again, the general status page. If you go under System Information here, you can see that the firmware version is 6.1.5. The most recent version is actually 6.1.8, so let's get started and upgrade the firmware first. So let's scroll down a little bit, and on the left-hand side, underneath the administration heading, there is a button that says, or a selection that says Update Firmware. Click on that. Again, it will show you the firmware version and the file name. Let's click Choose File. Now, you can grab the firmware off of our website at support.advantech-bb.com. I will try to have the firmware linked below as well. Just for the sake of making the video a little faster, I have already downloaded the firmware and extracted the file, and here it is. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that file. And as you can see as well, the file names match in terms of how it says v3l LTE-US.bin. It just has a later date. See, it says 11/10/2018 for the date, and up here it says December 19th, 2017. So let's go ahead and click Open. As you can see, the file then loads here. Let's go ahead and click Update to get that firmware updated started. this is the screen that will show when the firmware update is running. Also, please be sure that you do not power off the router during the firmware update. Now I'm going to click the continue here after reboot. Please note that the router may not be fully rebooted yet. That's just letting you know that the firmware has successfully been uploaded to the router. This is normal. If you would like to check to see if the router is up, you can ping the local IP address of the router, which the default is 192.168.1.1. I'm going to hit enter, and as we can see, it is back up. So let me get rid of the command prompt screen here, and I am going to just remove the /index.cgi and hit enter. It should require me to relog into the router. Let me make that a bit bigger for you. This is also common because it's on your personal LAN, and I am using Google Chrome, so click Advanced, Proceed, and then log in to the router with the appropriate credentials. After clicking Login, again, this is the general status screen. If we look under System Information, we will see that the firmware version has been upgraded to 6.1.8 with the November 2018 date that we had mentioned earlier. Now, let's begin the critical fix. To apply the fix, you need to have a user module called FOTA. That user module stands for Firmware Over the Air. First, we need to go ahead and download the user module, which I have already done here. And this is the name. It says FOTA, FOTA.v3.tgz. So, and again, I will make sure that this is linked below as well. Click Choose File. Select the Firmware Over the Air user module and click Open. Now, since we've added that, we need to click the Add button to upload the user module to the router. It's already uploaded. Let's go back. And as you can see here, it shows that it has been successfully updated. So let's go ahead and click on the Firmware Over the Air link, or FOTA. This will take you into the FOTA automatic update screen. So let's select Enable Automatic Update. Please note you do not need to fill anything in the URL or the username or password fields. So let's click Apply. Then let's go back. Now that apply just told the router that it can update the firmware of the cellular module automatically. However, now we want to manually update it because the user module will automatically check the server that is listed in the user module to check it once a day for an update at a specified time. So at this moment, since we're trying to get this done, let's go ahead and just hit start manually. As you can see, you'll receive the manual update started, see syslog for progress. Go ahead and click OK. And you can click the system log to see the progress as the message said. But as you can see here, this is the system log, so it immediately puts you back in that screen. Also, once you click the button to start the manual update, it's going to turn off the mobile WAN connection and then restart it. Hit the refresh button at the top of your browser. And as you can see, it has found the module. It is right here. And then this is telling you that that is the user module. And this is what it found. Then down here on the next photo, it says downloading firmware. So it is now downloading the new firmware for the Telit module as we speak. So let's just be patient and wait for it to finish. Okay, let's try to refresh that again. Downloading firmware done. So being the impatient person I am, I'm going to go ahead and click return. It will then take you into the user module screen. But to continue checking, you can go to under status category, click on mobile WAN. And it looks like it's installing it, hence the NA. Let's click on more information. And it is not finished installing it. So we can go back to the user module, click on photo again, go to system log. Okay, loading, as you can see, why we did that, the photo user module loaded the firmware and then it restarted the mobile WAN connection. So let's hit refresh on the browser again. Let's just wait for that mobile WAN connection to come back up so we can see the information. All right, so I went back into the mobile WAN status screen, and as you can see here, the revision has now moved to 20.00.525. So it has increased a revision level from 0.524 to 0.525. So now that that's been updated, let's go back to the step-by-step guide. And we've already done the firmware over the air. And once you're done upgrading the cellular module's firmware via the step-by-step guide, you can confirm the correct firmware version, of firmware via the mobile WAN status page, step 1C that we mentioned earlier, which I just showed you on the router as well. But I'll go back to that page and show you again. So you go to mobile WAN status screen, click more information, and then there is the updated version. Also, in the document for the step-by-step guide that we just went through, if you open the click on the product change notification link, and you can download it here, but again, I already have it downloaded. So if you scroll down here, you Obviously, you can read this at your own leisure, but it does show that SmartStart SL302 Telet module, that's the Telet module that we saw in the mobile WAN status screen. Then for AT&T, it's 0.525, and for Verizon, it is 0.5. So the router has now been updated. Thank you so much for your time, and have a great day.